Okay guys, I'm getting ready for the day, starting with the Tarte Ballin' Primer. It's kind of like a dewy-ish finish. I can't bring anything down here. I'm gonna have to cover up. But look, here's my incision. And I'm a little bit past 2 weeks post-op, and it looks pretty good. But no lotions, no nothing. So everything is gonna be like this, but I wear a neck brace, so if it doesn't match, whatever. Next, I'm gonna go in with the CC cream. This is honestly my favorite foundation because I'm pretty much out in the sun a lot, and I feel like it matches my skin really well, and it feels really good. So I'm gonna go in with that, and I like to use a brush. You can use your fingers with that, but I feel like if I do that, then I'll end up touching my clothes, and then I just get makeup everywhere. I'm gonna go to brunch with my mom and my aunt and my cousin, and my sister's gonna take her lunch break and eat with us. We're gonna go to First Watch. I think this will be, I've only been to one restaurant since I've had surgery, so this will be really nice. And I'm excited to see my aunt and my cousin because I haven't seen them in a very long time. I feel like a couple months. So they're in town from Georgia. So here, since I can't bring it down, I'm just making sure I get under my chin, but again, this is going to be covered with a bandage and a neck brace, so I don't need it to match. I've been feeling pretty good. I still can't sleep, but I took ZQL last night. That shit works. So we did get some sleep last night, but I feel pretty tired today. I think my period's coming, so feel tired. Okay, bye. Next, we'll do eyebrows. I really don't do much at all to my eyebrows. I actually usually don't do anything. I just started to because they kind of got messed up a little. So I have, well, one, I already have a gap here forever. I just have a bald spot there. And then they're growing back in now, but they kind of were like, I don't know, they kind of were messed up before, so I started doing them. But I always wipe off a little bit of that CC cream because I'm going to go on with concealer too. But actually, let's do the concealer first because I want to put some under my eyebrow. So these are Korean makeup brands, so that's what it's called. Bam. This is like a pink one for brightening, so I'll go kind of like that, and then I mix it with my Tarte one, so just Shape Tape. Know what it is, so I'll just put those kind of in between and mix them, and then a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. There we go. And then I like a blender ball for this part because I feel like I can just like really get in there and just go all over, and I kind of bring it like down on my cheekbone. I'm gonna let sit because I feel like they cover better if you let them dry a little bit. You could do that with your concealer under here too, but I didn't. Now just brush my eyebrows, and then I would pluck some of them right now, but I'm trying to grow them out to reshape them. So I have some kind of miscellaneous hairs there, but what are you gonna do? And then I use eyeshadow because I feel like with having red hair, it's really hard to match eyebrows. So this is a Korean makeup brand. That's what it is. Don't know what shade it is, but it's the one that looks the most like my eyebrows. I go in there, and I just really fill them in the bald spot. So I filled them in a little bit, and then I'm gonna take just like a little brush, clean it up, and then I might add a little eyebrow gel, but I feel like it flakes always, so. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with same palette, but a little bit of a lighter shade. And I just like a neutral eye. Not really like eyeshadow work, but just to add a little definition. Then I'm gonna add the same color as the eyebrow and just go on the sides, like the corner, and then I just bring it on the crease. But it's really blended, like you can barely even tell. I just feel like it makes your eye color pop a little more, just to have a little bit of that darker. And then when I do my eyeliner, you'll see I'm going to go back with this brush and kind of buff the eyeliner out. Now I'm using the Tarte Fake Awake nude eyeliner. I do the nude on the bottom waterline, and then I do brown on the top. This is my favorite to use because I've used a bunch, and this one I got actually a sample. I really like it. You know what I mean? A little bit of a doll look, like kind of brightens it up. And then this is the NYX Epic Wear, deepest brown. I go on the inside of the top, and then I do this. Okay. I like pull it out, and then you see this part of your eye. I go here, and then I bring it up. Here. Bring it out. I use something like this, and I'll just bring it out really far because I'm gonna smudge it off. Okay, super far, and then do this. And then I take that same darker eyeshadow, I just go back in and blend it in with the eyeliner. You see, it's just like a little, I don't know, just a little definition. And then curl my eyelashes. Have smaller eyes or Asian eyes or anything like that, I get an Asian curler because it's flatter. It's not as curved, and I feel like it works so much better on my eyes. Way more comfortable too, because all the other ones kind of hurt. And then I use L'Oreal Telescopic Waterproof. And you can use one of these. They're awesome. Another trick I learned was if you have straighter lashes, don't do too much heavy mascara at the base. Focus more on the tips and they won't wilt as much. Now a nose contour, this is Kiko Sculpting Touch. I just go with my natural nose bone. Nothing really that crazy. I'm not trying to change how I look that much. Very classic, nothing new. I take this brush. Don't fully blend it because then I'll add some bronzer. And then I do the same thing and I go on my cheekbone, on the jawbone, and just a little there. I just mix those two. This point before blush, I do Tarte setting spray. Just a little. You know what I mean? Tarte blush tape is satin mauve. I kind of make like a C around my cheekbone, and then I'll bring it in, kind of like into your hairline. Into there, bring it in, and then you'll set it with blush powder. This is another Korean brand, Jillian. I don't know what color it is. My blush brush, and just kind of pat on as much as you want. I like to bring it kind of under my under eyes for kind of like a sunburnt look. I take Juvia's Place Peru. Do just kind of like a light once over. Just like that. Blurring powder, Perfect Pore Pink Pack, and it's another Korean brand. And I'll just take this and I go under my under eyes, sides of the nose, under the blush. And then you could just dab it wherever. And we could add a little shimmer today, so we'll do a little on the corner. There's a Korean brand called Judy Doll. It has the lip gloss on it, which this is like a perfect match because I have really dark lips. That's like with makeup on them, but they're very dark, so I do kind of like a rosy color. We'll use a little one size. This one because it's a little more hydrating. And voila!